Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Chenxi 683. Start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing a Christopher Ward 12 titanium on the rubber strap. I had Christopher Ward send me a rubber strap so I could show it to you on the bracelet and the strap. And Grego's wearing my Fossil FS6063 that I bought at Ross's for 80 bucks. Grego said that Princess Leia is upset. The Galactic Senate overrode her veto on a new law requiring all droid names to use the phonetic alphabet, and now she has to refer to 3PO as 3 Papa Oscar. She says she doesn't want to call her droid Papa. Han Solo told her she needs to get over her daddy issues. Alright, let's take a look at the watch. It didn't come in a box. It came in a pouch. So, it's got the little fancy Ziploc, little slider. But here it is, another AliExpress PRX homage. And if you live in the United States, you're not going to buy it because they're not going to sell it to you. Well, you can buy it from the Chenxi website, but it's $44. Another Chenxi on my channel, and yet another PRX homage also. If imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, then Tissot should feel very flattered indeed. The Royal Oak and the Nautilus has never lost their appeal, but the PRX brought the integrated bracelet sports watch back to us common folk. This watch cost me $8.60 before taxes, and if you look at the AliExpress ad from the store I bought it from, it still shows a similar amount. But if I add it to my cart, it says it is not deliverable to the selected address. I checked other stores, and I can't find it available for the USA from any store. I did go to the Chenxi website, and they will ship to the USA. However, they are charging $44, and you would have to really want this watch bad to spend that much. This Chenxi 683 comes in 4 different colorways. If you don't like the blue I chose, there's also black. If you want a low color, there's also an emerald green. Or if you like the watches a little plain, there's also white. The hollow link butterfly clasp bracelet is the only option. The watch is 37 millimeters at the bezel, but 40 millimeters at the case. 44.9 millimeters long with inverted end links. It's only 11.3 millimeters thick, including a dome crystal. Lug width does not apply, but 26 millimeters where the bracelet meets the case, and weighs 107 grams on the supplied hollow bracelet with 1 link removed. So this is basically a PRX homage, so we just have a smooth bezel here. Then we have the dial. The dial is a nice deep blue with a good sunburst effect. And then we have the Chenxi name up top, and it's well done. It's got a nice cursive font there. And no other writing, no mention of water resistance. You just get your basic 30, and no need to say it's quartz, because you can see it ticking away once a second, so obviously it's quartz. Then we have the baton indices with the double at the 12. Then we have the fence post minute and hour hand, and then we have a ticking second hand, and we have a date at the 3 with no border, so the dial is just fine. Then we have a unsigned push-pull crown, and the crown action's a little loose, but if you hold it, well, let's see. If you hold it and careful when you push it in, you can get it without a minute hand jump, but you gotta be careful, but it's not impossible. Then we have the crystal. Crystal is a dome mineral glass. Obviously it's single dome because you can see plenty of distortion. Nothing wrong with it. It does the job. I prefer flat personally, but oh well. And then we have the case. The case has a matte finish and it looks nice. So happy with the case. It's fairly thin. And I love the fact that it has inverted end links. Some of these PRX homages do not. Then we have the case back. Case back is a press-on. It says stainless steel back, which is a good tell that the rest is not. Then it says water resistant, meaning you only get to 30. Underneath the case back is the SL28 movement. This is becoming the go-to course movement in watches in this price range. And it's not horrible. Once again, sometimes you can get it without no minute hand jump, and sometimes you get it with a minimal. But it's not super loose like the PC21S, which is a movement I just can't stand, and that's Japanese. Then we have the bracelet. The bracelet's a single link and it's hollow. But once again, we get inverted end links. So at least it fully articulates good. And they're fairly short, so you can get a pretty good fit even though you don't have any half links. And we have push pins, not screw pins. You're never going to get screw pins on a $10 watch. And then we have a push button butterfly clasp. It's fine. It kind of dents in here, but that's not horrible. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. Looks nice, wears nice. I only removed one link though. So if your wrist is bigger than 7 3/4, you're going to need more links. And on a $10 watch, I don't think you can ask for more links, but you could always just buy 2 of them and rob the links off of one. And this is PRX compatible for a strap, so you can put the other one on a strap, no problem there. But once again, there's a little indent here on the butterfly clasp that doesn't look very good. We're in the loom room. Nobody expects a sub $10 AliExpress watch to have good loom, but we might as well test it anyway. As we see at the time, the thin baton indices fade almost immediately. The hands are a little bit better, but the minute hand underperforms, the hour hand is soon gone also. This loom is as bad as I expected. What I like about this watch? I like this non-cluttered dial. All it does is say Chenxi and nothing else. It looks nice. I like the fact that it has inverted end links that actually articulate. And I'm glad there's no day of the week and just has a day of the month. I always know what day of the week it is. So I'm not a huge fan of day dates because they're just more of a pain to set. What are my gripes and groans? Bracelet's too short. I only removed one link. The loom is just awful. And this butterfly clasp has this indent here that just looks bad. Do I recommend this watch? If you don't live in the USA, you can get it for under $10, then sure. But if you live in the USA and have to spend $44, you should probably wait till this tariff situation gets straightened out. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Chenxi 683, and I'll be back with an unboxing. I got something from Island Watch the other day, and no, it's not an Islander. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this watch and don't live in the USA, then be sure to use my affiliate link and I'll get a tiny commission, but those tiny commissions do add up. And I have a feeling I'm not going to get quite as many tiny commissions now until this tariff situation gets straightened out. I'd like to thank my Members Choice members. Here you are, all 6 of you, and I still haven't sold the Members Choice watch. You would think that I would have sold it now that if you live in the USA, you can definitely not buy this watch anymore for what I'm selling it for. But I still haven't. So as soon as I do, though, I'll put up another Members Choice vote. I'll probably do a selection from Joma Shop since AliExpress is kind of closed to me right now. Bye.